Hello, guys. It's me. Yeah, we're just gonna like pretend like that last broadcast didn't happen, and we're just gonna move forward. As the title of the video is, the hatred for black men is real. And this is not even a false flag talking point. I swear, no matter how intelligent you try to present yourself, no matter how ratchet you may get, the results are always going to be pretty much the same. You're going to get treated the same as everyone else. Now, all I'm saying is this: for people like me, I don't care. And I say I don't care in a way is I don't care if you don't stop your hate. I don't want you to say anything. I don't want you to make any assumptions. We don't want you to make any assumptions about what we want you to say. Say it. Say what you want to say. Be brutally honest. I invite the brutal honesty, but it all depends on where we want to go with this brutal honesty. Because like in our community these days, the truth hurts and it's bad. And the sad part about it is people feel like there are not enough black men out here stepping up to actually try to fix things. Well, I'm sorry, at this point it's just going to take a group effort. Showing me hatred does not help anything. Showing any black man hatred that does not deserve it doesn't help anything. So what do you want us to do? You want us to shut up and not point out the problems? That's not going to happen. This part of everything is non-negotiable. It's not negotiable. Mm. All right.
Hello.
Yo, you're like on my phone. You're not on the broadcast itself. I wonder why.
I hit the wrong broadcast button. I'm gonna try and figure out which one of the broadcast we'll call after.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think you have to call the one that's black men being brutally honest with everyone. Okay, well, yeah, yeah, we're just trying to get some people in on the conversation here. But like let me try to add them this time. Yeah, brutal honesty is supposed to be non-negotiable, people. I mean, I understand that sometimes things hurt us to hear. Like hell, at one point in time, I used to hate when people used to call me fat. That was a long, long time ago. And at that point, a young child's feelings is kind of fragile. I do admit to fragility as a child. There's nothing wrong with that. But hey, we just got to get over ourselves for a moment and listen. Maybe to somebody across from you has a point. Shoot. Yeah. So I mean, does everything have to be a fight? Does everything have to be opposition? I know I troll sometimes, but I try to say some things that actually make some sense. and a lot of those guys do. I would say by looking at social media, 90% of everything posted by us is negative. 90. But and then again, 95% of it 95% of it is us actually paying attention to the negative stuff being posted. It is. I mean, I think the hate is strong for us because we are expected to lead. As a man, you have that standard, you have that expectation. From the time you take steps until the time you lay and take your last breath, you're expected to lead as a black man. And if you don't fulfill that role, hey, the focus is going to be more on you than the guys who are trying to actually do something. And that's just our nature. That's just our nature as a people to hold men that accountable. So what I don't understand is why are people, black people especially, always saying that black men aren't held accountable? When you see it every day, a black man is being held accountable. Yesterday, it was Morgan Freeman. Yesterday it was Morgan Freeman. Before that, Bill Cosby. Before that, Donald Glover. Why does Donald Glover need to be accountable? Well, y'all made him accountable for the color of his baby mama. Every black man in the media is being made accountable. Russell Simmons, Tavis Smiley, we're all being made accountable. Hell, I've been made accountable for shit that I ain't had nothing to do with. Black man accountability is high. And the thing is, when black men like me say something to other groups, then that same black man accountability is thrown at me. There's nothing wrong with setting expectations. There's nothing wrong with setting expectations. Expectations is what makes us stronger. Both men and women. If we have high expectations for each other, then we can't do nothing but grow. But guess what? It just seems like with the way things go on social media, on Facebook, and in that particular group right there, it's just that we welcome, enjoy, pay attention to, and embrace the fuckery. Yes, it's like a large ass fucking reality show. Anytime somebody tries to come in with a smart message or a positive message, it is ignored. And that's whether the brother has been trolling or not. It's got black men in the name, so let's make a joke of it. Yeah, sometimes trolls are designed to make you think. Why are you being so insecure? Yeah, let's poke fun at that. Since that's the only thing that gets attention around there. That's not an excuse, because believe me, there are some smart people in that group that want their intelligence to shine through. But guess what? Since the group itself is named Black Men being brutally honest with everyone, since the group is being named that, then it's obvious what was going to happen. I mean, shit. I mean, I'll go ahead and confess. I had to name that group something that would grab people's attention. I had to name this YouTube page something that would grab people's attention. Yeah. And I mean, it's definitely a grab people's attention, and it's grabbed people's attention in a negative way, especially black people. Honestly, I got to tell you, I expected more support from black people. We expected more support from black people. But our group engagement and the engagement of this entire black men being brutally honest with everyone thing, it's thriving. It's thriving off negativity. And I feel like that's great, but it's more of a shame than great. Not just for that group in particular, which is a very, very, very small percentage in our society, but a very, very, very large reflection of how we feel about each other. For real. Some people say they're just trolling. No, that's how you really feel, for real, because most of what I said is how I really feel, except for all the bullshit, of course. Yeah. But yeah. But I'll go ahead and say this: requiring a man to step up is not a bad thing. It really is. It's not a bad thing. That's what shapes that's what shapes the character of a man. But when we are in discussions with the black community, we have to involve two more groups: the women and the children. Period. I mean, I can't exclude women from the conversation. I can't exclude children from the conversation, because black men are not. It's not just black men aren't the only ones that make up the black community. So if we say something critical, it's not meant to. I mean, it only hurts if you let it. Yeah, I heard that saying off a TV show. I don't like to take too much from TV shows, but if they got positive messages, I'm all for it. But this is not the only thing I'm going to discuss. Like, just we've been pretty much fed images is that if you're not some kind of negative acting black man, and I say negative acting black man, is the stuff that the rap group NWA used to talk about. The images they set off. Like they were a very political group, although their messages were very violent and somewhat disrespectful toward women. I don't know. I don't know if it's completely disrespectful toward women. Every one of the men had a woman at the house. Shoot, maybe the groupies. Maybe these little girls that go on TV talking about and all over social media. Well, there wasn't a social media at the time. Talking about black men ain't shit. And I think that's a lot like where it comes from too. A lot of the younger people did not see that part of the era. It's like trying to convince them that God exists, for the non-believers. Yeah, I mean, I've seen it. Like you hear talking points from various YouTube guys saying that they used to see the talk shows that women would go on and basically just to put down black men. I've seen those shows. I mean, that was not the show's only focus, but whenever that archetype visited the show, they were very critical of black men. And then but that teeters on the fine line of expectation and bashing. And also, how do I put it? Positive images of black men were all often made into or traded in for buffoonery. We had a guy this morning complaining about well, not really complaining. He put up a picture of a white cop braiding black girl's hair, and it was like, this guy does this, this guy does that. And the OP's caption was, why aren't more black men doing this? I'm a father of a 3-year-old daughter. Sometimes I have to do her hair. I don't care. She rides my shoulders most of the day. She plays with daddy. But you know what, though? I don't believe that I'm one of the only few that do this. There are plenty of good black fathers out there. You believe the hype of the media. That's all it is. Yeah, like we've been conditioned. It's a condition. Every time somebody mentions hatred for black men, you best believe that most of the black people that are in that central area is gonna roll their eyes and like, oh God, this shit again. Believe that. Yeah, I'm doing the Hangouts now, but if we get our subscription count up, I can increase the quality of the broadcast. But pretty much all I got right now is my thoughts, and that right now, that's good enough. Yeah. Let me give you a couple of examples, and these are probably going to be my main 2 examples, and it's probably not going to be the last time I mention this. Every time there's an image of a smart or positive black man on TV, he has to be overly happy. He has to be overly buffoonish. He's always got to crack jokes. Let's take the TV show, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, for instance. Will was a star, but it was pretty obvious that Carlton was the most intelligent. How did they make Carlton look? They made Carlton look like he was a person conditioned to want to be white. There was a flashback episode when they had, right before Phil really made it, made any real money, that little Carlton didn't realize he was black. I guess they hit an entertainment point on that one. But, when you see that over and over again in every TV show, what are you going to start thinking about real life? Those images aren't enforced as positive. Steve Urkel, one of the most intelligent guys on TV, I swear, probably the smartest guy, fictional character ever. The guy he cloned himself and built a teleporter. Super intelligent. Problems with women. Chase one girl down while another girl liked him, which is another little message. But overall, How many kids you know grew up, you knew growing up wanted to be like Steve Urkel? How many kids you grew up wanting to be like Carlton? These are very two intelligent men that probably have nothing to offer but positivity to the black community. But guess what? We put the image of the black man in a box. If that goes against what that box is, guess what? We're opposed to him. We're calling him a lame. We're condemning education. We're condemning nerds. And then these girls complain about being left single moms. Oh, I said the word single mom. Oh no, single mom, single mom, single mom, single mom, single mom, single mom. Oh boy, I said it again, single mom. Hair weave, 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 hair weave. Okay, that's probably the only part you're gonna get broadcast for some of you. When all I've ever tried to talk about is how we castigate positive images of black men for the negative, and then we want to spew hate about it. I think a lot of people just don't want to be wrong about their hate. Basically. Yeah, I had a lot of questions growing up. Like, question I had heard the most, why do you talk like a white boy? Okay. I know y'all heard this from people y'all call lames before, but we're going to talk about this for a second, then I might cut this broadcast short, depending on how much more I want to talk. Yeah, it's like I hear it like not now in 2018. Now it's accent, but back in the day, you talk like a white boy. Could I say complete sentences? Like I'm sorry, like I sound like when I talk that you know where to place the question marks. Sorry, guy. Some of us actually paid attention in school. We condemn intelligence. We condemn greatness. Especially when it comes from a black man. But guess what? We promote, we endorse fuck nigga logic, and then we turn around and complain about fuck nigga logic. I don't know, it gets tiresome sometimes. Let me see if I can come up with any examples. Yeah, I'm sure I won't have to look very far. Oh, but look at this fuckery. I'll tell you the truth. I still say Rachel Dolezal. She's a blunder on the black person's part because they couldn't tell she was white. She looked light skinned. She looked mixed. No. You mean tell me a white woman was among the NAACP, got a position, and you couldn't tell she was white? Come on, I can tell she white. She deceived all of you. She deceived me. I mean, I didn't know what the bitch was till that shit hit the air. But anyway, facts are facts. Oh boy, New York Post. Obama's presidency was a failure. Yeah, and we're doing so much better now, and that's all I'll say about that. Yeah. Oh yeah. Donald Trump pardoned Jack Johnson, professional boxer Jack Johnson, and Jack Johnson has been dead for a lot of years. So I don't know. I'm feeling this sensing that some of us are about to fall for the okie doke. Yeah, like these black males. These black males that say they support Donald Trump. Some of them are just trolling. But yeah, the increase of black male support for Donald Trump is kind of alarming. But some guys will probably tell you that it doesn't matter who's president. Flint, Michigan. But I mean, this feeds it. All I'm saying is this: let's give certain viewpoints a chance. If it comes from a black man, it ain't the worst thing in the world. If I say something like, hey, you know what, I like natural hair, that's not saying that I'm gonna bash hair weave. If I'm saying that maybe I could stand to lose a few pounds too, I'm not saying that black women are mostly obese and out of shape. I mean, damn, stop being traumatized by words. Let's examine some real problems. Are we guilty of the racism that we try to call out so much? I mean, it ain't like I haven't dealt with hatred from black men before. I can tell you in my exploits of working, I got into a dispute. I got into an argument with a guy, and like I was promoted to a position, and the one thing that he said was the only reason they gave you that position because you talk like a white boy. And I'm looking around, white people are laughing at what this guy is saying. But guess what? The sadder part about that was black people in the area was excusing what he was saying. I was like, dude, you just like, okay, I understand. I understand that you might be a little intimidated by somebody who can do a little sharper work, but I'm sorry, that's no fault of my own. You need to go take that issue up with them. Don't take that issue up with me. I mean, however I talk, it's fucking English. When I say we're conditioned to accept bad work, like we're conditioned to accept lower images of ourselves, and then like if somebody does something that's, especially a black man, if we do something as much as articulate our speech, you know, we got to face all this BS. Anything else to say? I did this stuff off the top of my head. I don't write it down first because there's so much to talk about. There's so many thoughts. Oh, what I'm saying, you know, one day this black man hatred that everybody's seeing is gonna drive everybody nuts. It's unbelievable because like it's not just coming from. It comes from a resentment. It comes from a resentment for accepting the media narrative that black fathers walk out on their kids. I mean, and the solution that I've always offered was maybe you should vet your partner before you decide to have unprotected sex with them. And maybe they shouldn't have sex with you. But guess what? I mean, that's what I did. I mean, shoot, my kid has both her parents. Okay, 1 second, honey. Yeah, babysitting right now. Yeah, see, yep, that's me being a dad. That's me beating the stereotype. I beat the stereotype every day I wake up and decide to do this. I'm not naturally predisposed to not doing it. Hey, say hello. Say hello for the camera. Say hello. Hello. Yeah, we got it. Yeah. Hello to the black community. We're gonna get through this together. Okay, baby. Say okay. Okay. All right, guys. I'll get back to y'all, but we're gonna revisit this topic again. One day maybe we'll bring it to an end. All right, peace out.